Is high temperature cheese a scam? A lot of people in the sausage making community recommend using more expensive high temp cheese when making sausage. Otherwise, regular cheese will just melt out, make the sausage greasy, and leave big holes where the cheese used to be. But is it true, or are we spending extra money on high temp cheese unnecessarily? We're gonna find out in this video, so let's get smoking. For this experiment, I'm going to cut up a pork butt into 1-inch cubes. Then I'm going to cut up a brisket into 1-inch cubes. I'm grinding the cubes into a 50-50 pork beef grind with 10% ice water. Then I'm adding in my spices, which are all listed in the description section below for your convenience, and I'm mixing the batter until it sticks together. For the first cheese, I'm using regular sharp cheddar as a control. Sharp cheddar has been aged longer than mild and medium cheddar. That's why it's sometimes called old cheddar. It has a lower moisture content and will therefore melt less in our sausage, theoretically, so I'm using this as a baseline control. For this entire experiment, I'm using 20% cheese by weight for the batter, and I'm stuffing them into casings using my water stuffer. For the second cheese, I'm using sharp cheddar that I cubed last night, and then I left it in the refrigerator overnight on a drying rack with some cheesecloth. Presumably this will dehydrate it and therefore raise the melting point even more, and it's a common suggestion to do if you don't have high temperature cheese available, so I wanted to test out this common method. The dehydrated cheddar gets mixed into the batter, and I'm going to stuff a couple links with it. I noticed that the cubes were very hard, and I'm hoping that they kind of soften up as they absorb moisture in the sausage, so it's not like biting into rocks. Next up is the high temp cheese. This cheese has been produced at a higher temperature than normal, which makes it better able to withstand high temperatures before melting. In fact, it won't melt until up to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, which we will never reach under normal cooking conditions. Finally, I'm testing string cheese. The story behind this is that I ran out of cheese one night when my kids really wanted mac and cheese, but we had string cheese in the fridge. So I tried to melt some string cheese in a pot along with some milk, and I tried to make a cheese sauce for the mac and cheese, but the string cheese just did not melt. It just stayed kind of gooey and gummy and stuck together. So that was a huge fail, and my kids were super pissed off. We ate something else that night, but it gave me the idea to put cheese strings cubed up in sausage because they appear to have a very high melting point. Now the cheese string batter is getting stuffed into a few links, and then I'm heading outside to put them on the pit. The sausages are all going on my Oklahoma Joe's Longhorn offset smoker now, and I'm going to smoke them at around 250 degrees for an hour or two, probably 1.5 hours, until they get to around 155 degrees to 175 degrees internal. Anywhere in that range is fine. Around an hour and a half later, they look like this, nice and plump, good color on them, and they are temping anywhere from 155 to 170, so they are done. This one had a bit of a blowout, so I'm using it as a sacrificial sausage to get my temperatures from. Okay, the moment of truth. What we have here is the control sausage. This is the one with just regular cheddar in it. I didn't do anything to it. It's old cheddar, like aged cheddar. I can't remember what they call it. It's the hardest stuff you can get basically at the store. I think it's old cheddar. This is the dehydrated cheddar. This would be the high temp cheese, and this is the cheese strings. So let's cut the regular one right down the middle. And there's the regular one right there. I mean, it's not looking like it's melting out or anything, so it looks pretty darn good. There's honestly nothing wrong with this sausage. It's not oozing out or anything like that. It's holding up really well. Good. So maybe the problem most people have is that they're just cooking their sausage to a way too high temperature, and that's why all the cheese is melting out. Or maybe they're not using the aged cheddar. They're using softer cheddar or something like that with a higher moisture content. Okay, this is the dehydrated cheddar. Okay, you can see that the cheddar chunks are much more distinct. They're still good, but they're kind of just sitting there. Tasty, but they're not really like gooey. They're just kind of not hard, but they're just chunks that are sitting in there, embedded into the sausage. Okay, moving on to the high temp cheese. This one is just like the dehydrated cheese. It's kind of just embedded in there, not oozing out or anything. Let's take a taste of that. It's tasty. It's not as hard as the dehydrated cheese, but it's not really squeezing out, oozing out. It's good though. Okay, let's try the cheese strings. So there is the cheese string sausage. If we take one of these chunks out, I mean, that's pretty cool actually. It just like pulls apart like pizza cheese almost. Look at that. It's still cheesy and it's gooey, and it kind of just strings out like really gooey cheese. And it tastes really good. That's definitely the best tasting one. All right, so let's talk about conclusions. Is high temperature cheese a scam? Well, obviously not. It's not a scam. It does its job. It holds up a lot better at higher temperatures. I'm sure if I took these sausages up to 190, it would still be nice and ooey and gooey, and it wouldn't completely run out of the sausage and just be not a very good eating experience. So the high temp cheese does what it's supposed to do, but I think the real question is, do you really need high temp cheese? And in my opinion, based on this experiment, I don't think you need it at all. For the most basic solution, you can just get aged cheddar, which is already a little bit drier than softer cheddars, and you can just take your sausages to a lower temperature, like 155 or 165. Just don't take them up to 190 to the point where all the cheese is just going to melt out. The second best solution is high temp cheese, or actually cheese strings. Cheese strings actually tasted a lot better than the high temp cheese, and I thought they had a better consistency. And when you pulled them apart, they kind of came apart in like a string, like when you're lifting a pizza and you get that classic stringy cheese, which I thought was really cool. So I think the cheese strings are actually a really good idea. If you can get cheese strings per pound at a lower cost than high temp cheese, I definitely think it's a great solution. Or in some areas, like I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, it's hard to find high temp cheese. You can't just find it in the grocery store. I had to go to a specialty sausage supply store, and that's kind of annoying. Whereas I always have string cheese around because I have 2 young kids. And then dehydrating the cheddar overnight, that wasn't a great solution. I mean, it worked, but the chunks of cheese were a little bit too hard. They weren't gooey. I think the only reason that I'd use that solution is if I had soft cheddar that had a high moisture content. I didn't have this aged cheddar that I used in this video, then I might dehydrate it overnight. But honestly, going forward, I'm probably going to use string cheese in my sausages because it turned out really good. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you have any ideas for future experiments you want to see on the show, let me know in the comments section below. And until next time, happy smoking.